Driving an Autopilot 1 car. I noticed here it actually has a button that disengages autopilot or traffic aware cruise control. My car does not have that. Maybe it's just Tesla felt it was redundant in the Autopilot 2, or maybe just extra cost, whatever. I do really like the lane change here in the Autopilot 1 car. Definitely seems to be a lot more snappy. It doesn't hesitate as much as the Autopilot 2 does. The car's been pretty cool to drive. It's an 85, not even an 85D or 85 Plus or 85P or anything like that, just an 85. I'm guessing like 2015, maybe something like that. But yeah, I never really noticed too much difference in this car as far as, you know, the layout. I guess that's the, you know, the version 8. Everybody's on the same thing, I guess. I thought the Autopilot 1 cars had a bit different looking dash, like different screens or whatever. But everything works pretty much the same, you know. You hold the 3 buttons, you could change all the different settings on both sides of the scroll wheel, all that good stuff. I have a 75D, and I feel like the 85 without the D, it does have slightly less regen braking. I don't know if it's just me, you know, driving an AP1 car, it's maybe a little different, maybe the AP2 is more advanced. I've noticed it doesn't seem to slow down quite as much. Not that it's not slowing down whenever you let off the accelerator or anything like that, but it just doesn't seem like it slows down as much. Anyway, that's a couple of the small little differences I've noticed on AP1 versus AP2, other than the actual physical characteristics looking different. You know, the AP1 has the older nose cone, the like mustache type look as people call it sometimes, and it doesn't have all the cameras on the exterior. As far as like driving autopilot, you know, it's the same. Don't really have to worry as much about the pedals. You just still want to hover. You know, be ready to take over at any point in time. The car behaves very similar to AP2. I did notice staying in traffic aware cruise control and getting off ramps off the highway, it does act differently than my AP2 car on, you know, off ramps that I'm familiar with. In one circumstance, it seemed to work a lot better, and on another hand, certain circumstances it seemed to be a little worse than my car. So there's definitely some trade-offs, but overall, as far as like actually moving on the highway and, you know, changing lanes and whatever, it does feel like the AP1 car has a little bit of an edge with the quicker lane changes. It doesn't seem to hesitate quite as much as my AP2 car. Still drives amazing, just like any other Tesla I've driven. They're just incredible vehicles. The one thing I did notice though with this Model S compared to my Model S is this car has the standard seating and the standard seats, and they are not nearly as comfortable as my premium interior seats. I do have the premium white, but I would imagine the premium black would be just like my premium white as well. But these seats are just, they feel so generic. Like they look nice. I haven't sat in the back or anything like that, just sitting in the driver's seat. But even my business partner, he got into this car earlier, and he was like, wow, these seats suck compared to my car. It just doesn't seem to form to your body as much as the premium interior seats. Like my premium interior seats, they feel like the car was just, like the seats were just made for me, and they're just perfect seating for me. And these ones just seem generic. And I kind of felt the same way with my brother's Model 3, which apparently has the premium interior upgrades, but maybe it doesn't have the premium seats. Because I know the white that's coming with the Performance Model 3 currently, it's the only white interior they have is with the Performance model at this time of filming. But that's a $1,500 upgrade, where the premium seats, as far as I remember whenever I ordered my Model S, it was just an extra price for premium. Yeah, this AP1 car is pretty nice, really enjoying it. Definitely don't like the non-premium seats though, that's for sure. My back's a little sore, it's a little weird. I mean, hour-and-a-half trip and my back feels bad. So anyway, something else I've noticed in this Autopilot 1 version car is that it doesn't seem to be affected by the on and off ramp highway ramps whenever they're not painted very well. Like my Autopilot 2 car does not handle the non-painted exits and on ramps very well. This one hasn't given me any problems. I've only had it for a day and didn't do a whole lot of testing with it, unfortunately. But let's see how it does with this upcoming one here too. It's my Autopilot 2 car. It would, if the line on the right goes away, because there's an exit ramp, it would normally kind of swerve into this large lane that the car felt because of the lines not being painted for the off ramp or even the on ramp. So yeah, didn't even hesitate there at all. I just kept cruising in lane. It's pretty neat. Alright, well my exit's coming up, so I'm going to stop recording. See you guys.